allowing me to do the satsang today. So, kahan se shuru karu? So I knew of Guruji for 3 years, and I say that because I'll come back to that. Guruji knows me. I only known him for 3 years. So my parents had told me about Guruji. They said Guruji ka mandir hai, wahan shabad chalte hain, 1.5 hour hota hai. And my first thought was, you know, again, my parents are getting involved in some guru, and he's going to tell you buy this ring, buy that ring. So I was very suspicious. I went online and I Google kiya. I tried to find whatever I could, and I could not find a single negative thing. But when I saw Guruji's Swarup, there was something that really, really attracted me to it. So at that time we were moving, and we had just moved to Monroe in New Jersey. हमने बहुत कोशिश करी कहीं और घर लेने के लिए. You know, we looked everywhere, Edison, Piscataway, everything. The first community we saw, we like, no, we're not going to buy here. But Guruji ended up bringing us back to that same community a few months later. And after I attended the first satsang, my mom said, you know, once a month, Monroe mein bhi hota hai. I'm like, okay. And I Googled it, and I found Aarti Auntie's number. And I called her, and she's like, yeah, this Saturday we're having one. Here's my address, come. And I'm like, okay, she doesn't know me. She gave me her address, so let's see, you know. So I took my family, we went there, and जो पहले सत्संग में बैठा था ना, वो जो peace आया, that connection. I mean, you know, everyone that's connected knows that feeling. You can't describe to anybody, right? And there was something, I just kept looking at his Swarup, and I'm like, you know, there's something here, there's some connection. And I'm not big into, I was never religious, I never, mandir bhi kam hi jata tha, and you know, I did whatever I wanted. And the reason I said I only know of Guruji for 3 years, about 7 years ago, and I thought about this last week, and it occurred to me. About 7 years ago, I had an issue with my pancreas, and at that time they did an MRI, and the doctor had called me, he's like, you need to come in right away. And I'm like, okay. So I go in, and he said, your pancreas is fine, but on your left kidney, we see a tumor, and it looks cancerous. And I'm like, okay. And so they did some tests, and you know, it was stage 2 cancer, and luckily they went in there and they removed it. But the one thing that the doctor said to me was, you're very lucky, usually you have no symptoms of this, we found this by chance, so you're very lucky. He goes, you would have 20 years later said, come back to me and said, I have a headache, and I would have told you, sorry, it's too late, you have 6 months to live. So I think there's no other explanation for it, it's Guruji's grace, right? If I didn't have that issue with my pancreas, they wouldn't have found that, and they wouldn't have taken it out. So my feeling is that I know him only 3 years, but he's known me for a very long time. So as my journey progressed, you know, I started going more and more to the satsangs, and Thursday night turned from happy hour to it's coming here. No matter how you try, you want to be here. And same thing as Aarti Auntie today. I was not supposed to be here. In my community, they're doing the Ganesh Puja, and they had asked me to help them with the music system. And I was at work today, and I had gone in very early. I took the 6 o'clock train, and all day I kept thinking, "Mere ko Guruji pe jana hai, mere ko jana hai, mere ko jana hai." But I couldn't go, right? And I'm like, I have to go there. They even messaged me, "What time you coming to set up the music system?" I'm like, "I'll be there by 7." And just something inside me kept saying, "I want to go to Guruji's. I want to go to Guruji's." And as soon as I got on the train to go home, they sent a message. They're saying, "Anil, it looks like it's going to rain, so we're going to cancel the program tonight. No need to bring your equipment." And that second, I came right here. So it's up to him. If he wants you to come, he will make you come. So as I progressed, I got more and more connected. Never understood what surrender means. Sab bolte the surrender karo, surrender karo. And I'm like, what does that really mean? So it took me a good year to understand what Guruji says when he says surrender, right? And to me that means just don't expect anything. He does things for a reason. You might not know today what that reason is, but there is a reason, right? And we were just discussing this earlier. About 2 weeks ago, I was driving. My family was out of town. I was going to Costco to pick up things, and I hit a pothole, and I hit it so hard that my front tire and my back tire were flat. And in fact, I hit it so hard when I brought it to the tire place, the rims were cracked, so the rims were no good. And I'm thinking, kya ho gaya, you know, I should drive carefully, I should do this. And then that Thursday, auntie did a satsang, the auntie from India, and she's like, you know, Guruji takes 80% of the bad things that are going to happen to you, but you still have to suffer the 20%. So he did something, there was a reason for that. He took most of whatever bad thing was going to happen to me, and I only had to suffer the 20%. And he does that all the time, right? He does little things like wanting to come here. So as I got connected, my family got connected, especially my kids. The first time my daughter, after we had gone to the 2 or 3 satsangs, it was my daughter's birthday party, and she wanted to get a bouncy house outside, and the rain, it predicted rain all day. Even the guy that came to set up the bouncy house said, you know, it's going to rain. If it rains, I'll give you your money back. So my daughter's like, what do we do? My party's going to be ruined. I'm like, ask Guruji. He'll fix it for you. So she sat down, she prayed, and I kid you not, the skies just cleared out. It was blue skies, right? It was just amazing. Even she was like, wow, this works. So now anytime something happens, even my son says, don't fear, Guruji is here. That's his saying. And it's, you know, not only have I connected with Guruji, it's brought me closer to my kids, to my family, to my wife. Plus the Sangha that you get connected to, it's more than a family, it's an extended family. Everyone welcomes you with open arms. And all I say is, Guruji, please continue your blessings and continue to bless us. And just don't, in your mind, don't think, mere ko ye ho gaya, wo ho gaya, mere ko ye karna, mere ko ye chahiye. Just let him do what he does. There's a reason for what he does. Either you're going to find out today, in a year, you just don't know why. But he's doing good for you, and everything that happens for a reason. Thank you so much. Jai Guruji.